Hi, well, we're at Auto Solutions today. We're going to be taking a car out for a test drive. I'm here first of all with Harry Andrews, who's the Sales and Operation Manager, and Tim Petty, the Assistant Sales Manager. Thanks for joining us. Before I even start talking about the car, how do you pronounce it?
Well, we pronounce it as Qashqai. Well, we've heard it as Qashqai, but in Bermuda we'll call it a Qashqai.
And what does it mean?
That's a good question. We're not really sure. I'm not too sure where they came up with it, but yeah, there's a number of definitions, I believe, on Google. Google it, but there's something to do with a white-headed horse. Or
yeah, and
that's what I heard. White-headed horse.
Connection there as well. So
it's bizarre where they get the names from.
Yes.
I don't know how they choose them.
Yeah.
Oh, at least we cleared up how we pronounce it. I'll try and remember that.
Yeah, we're pronouncing it as Qashqai.
Qashqai, Qashqai.
Yes.
Now, the Qashqai, that came out first, didn't it, in 2006. And then there was another model in 2014. We're going to look at the 2019 model.
Correct.
How does that differentiate itself? How is that different from, what, 13 years ago?
Right. Well, technology has obviously changed quite a bit from that particular model. The body itself has changed quite drastically. It's grown slightly, but the whole lines of it. So it's still a crossover look, but as far as technology, it's got the rear view camera now,
Right.
which is actually now, it's got a 360-degree camera. So it's front, rear, and sides.
So you can't go wrong parking.
You can. You shouldn't. You should.
But we'll find out later on.
But yeah, so it's pretty cool as far as there's cameras in the side mirrors now. So it really helps you out.
So there's cameras in the side mirrors?
Yes.
So you're looking sideways as well?
You're looking down. So
Right.
Basically, it helps when you're parallel parking with the sidewalk and all that sort of stuff.
Well, definitely have a look at that later on, because that's almost like a 3D image.
Yeah, it is. It's giving you peripherals basically, so you can see this way.
Right.
So like Tim said, so your side doors, and then if you get it closer to a front car, then your front camera will also come on.
Right.
Yeah, just automatically.
And it's got front sensors as well.
Yes,
So it's got
it's
front
front
and rear sensors as well.
So it's going to tell if it's getting too close.
Yeah.
Correct.
Starts beeping at you, and the camera will come
So it's quite a remake from what it was before, and we're really thrilled with it. It's been received really well into our market. The technology, as far as the braking adaptability, there's just so much within it that's great. And it's a 2.0 engine as well.
Right, 2-litre engine,
2
right.
litre. So it's done well in our market, and at the moment we think it's kind of our best looking crossover SUV.
It's a nice looking car. So the 2-litre version is the only version you're offering?
That's correct.
Does it come in different versions?
If it does, they don't offer it to us.
Yeah. Right.
But, yeah, we get this particular model out of the factory in Sunderland in the UK.
Correct.
And it's the model. We're such a small market that all of our manufacturers kind of dictate which model we get. We don't always get much of a choice.
Yeah.
So luckily, we typically get one of the higher spec models that they make, and this particular one is.
Talking about the spec, what kind of things could people look forward to if they do drive it?
Well, it's got well, on top of the features that we've already talked about, they've got this Nissan Intelligent Mobility, they call it, is their sort of buzzword, and it's incredible what all the different things that it can tell you or help you with as far as hill holds and things like that. There's a little button that you can push that holds it on a hill, and then you just hit the gas and it disengages and you go off. Both uphill or downhill if you're stopped at a stoplight, say outside of Boyles on Queen Street or whatever.
Right. So in my day, when I used to have to balance the clutch to do a hill start,
Correct.
you don't have to do that anymore.
Yes, that's right. Exactly. And there's a number of other things with the braking and the suspension and the wheels. If you're, for instance, you're parked on a verge, and on the verge side is wet grass or whatever, or mud, and the other wheels are on the road. When you go to take off, if those tires spin, it has the intelligence to even out the speed, the torque, and the speeds of the wheels, and so that they become, and then so you can take off without spinning wheels on one side.
So he's absolutely correct. So what it does, it turns into a 4x4. So it gives you 4x4 torque, and 50% of the torque will hit the back wheels to get you out of that tight jam. So if, like Tim's absolutely correct, if you're on wet grass, you don't get stuck, because the front wheel turns into back wheel, and then it turns into all wheel, which we call 4x4.
Right. So what about things like, you know, I like playing my music. Am I going to be able to blast my ears? Is it a great speaker? What kind of stuff goes on there?
It's a nice stereo, and it's got all the, you know, the Bluetooth, whatever, for your phone now. It still does have a CD player. I'm not sure how much longer that'll be in there, but
people like me.
Yeah, but it's you know, it's. I don't believe it's a name brand stereo in that.
No, it's not like a Rockford Fosgate,
Right,
but it's got the front tweeters and it's got, so you can adjust it for treble bass.
Right.
Yeah.
And is it just an automatic, or can you get it in manual?
So we're only available with automatic. I'm pretty sure it comes in a manual, but as Tim alluded to earlier, it's just not released to our market,
Understood.
unfortunately.
Yeah.
The other nice feature it has is it has this, we call it a moonroof. So it's not a sunroof, but it's a glass panoramic roof.
Oh, okay.
So you can open the interior and see outside,
Right.
which is kind of cool. You know, during the day if it's raining,
Absolutely.
it's kind of cool to see that, and then at night with the stars.
Yeah.
So it's kind of a cool feature that we like.
Always keep our eyes on the road.
Yes. Well, when you're parked.
All the passengers.
Yes.
I've seen quite a lot of these around. It seems to be a pretty good seller for you guys. It seems to be pretty popular. Why do you think it does well?
For a number of reasons. The previous model was very popular, and so Nissan has a great name in general, and the previous Qashqai was a great following. We sold a ton of them, and I think that this, just with the added features and everything that the changes that they've made, it's been really well received.
The local market also really likes when a new model comes out.
Yeah, I've seen that.
So, you know, people really are waiting. You know, we'll have customers come in and say, "Hey, what do you have coming in the next kind of 6 to 8 months?" So this one was on the horizon, and we knew it was on the horizon. We were waiting for it, and people are quite savvy now when they go online and do their own little research. The reviews on this have been quite positive. So, like from a car and driver review, you'll get some good reviews about it. Tim did say it was made in Sunderland in the UK, so it's quite popular in that part of the world as well. So, but at us in our local market, we find that people at times do like the latest and greatest.
I've seen that.
You know,
Yeah, I've seen
these
that.
are used quite extensively for rental cars in the UK too now. You'll find them. So people
I think
that
I'm
do
getting
go to
one
the
actually.
UK, people that do go to the UK and hire a car, they'll quite you know.
I'm going to the UK. I
Quite
looked
possibly,
at the price of the Jaguar, and I thought, I'd like to, but maybe not. So I'll probably end up with one of these.
Yeah.
Just last question: cost on the road and TCD?
So the cost is 49,000, basically 48,995, and then on top of that, it's an H-class car for TCD purposes. So you're talking about close to 1,700 a year for that, and then insurance obviously depends on the driver and the age, and then the other sort of third added cost that we add is the rust proofing that we highly recommend.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen.
so you're on the road for.
So you're probably on the road for 50, 51. Yeah, probably about $3 grand.
Okay, many thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're inside the car. Just before we drive off, there's a couple of nice little touches. First of all, you can actually get dual AC, which is brilliant. So if your passenger is too hot or too cold, they can adjust it on that side. Similarly, if the driver's too hot or too cold, adjust it on that side. Great little touch, I like that. The other thing is, you can't see it at the moment, but there's an eco button just to my right here. Press that, and as the name suggests, you get a little bit more value for the gas full of tank. Okay, the layout's great, I like it, easy to reach. One thing I'm completely not used to, and I guess that's probably just me, is there's no handbrake. So we're going to set off, and I'm going to press the parking button. One of the key things about a car obviously is visibility, and first thing I notice about the visibility, and I'm not used to it because I've got a clapped out little old car, is how high I am, and I love that. It really gives you a sense of being able to see everything and looking down on people, which is rather nice. The rear view mirrors, the size of the windows, absolutely 360 visibility. Steering, it's like, you know, when you get used to a new car, it feels a bit light, but it's lovely. It really is. It's as soft as a feather and very, very responsive indeed. And the driving position, you can electronically adjust the seat to suit you. Oh, there goes something not indicating. You can adjust that. I haven't adjusted it properly yet, but I'm really supremely comfortable. We mentioned already it's got a 2-litre engine, and unfortunately in Bermuda there's no big autobahn to test that. It's real capability. But touch the accelerator and there's no question that it'll take off nice and sweetly. And as you do, there's a lovely little purr. One thing to mention as well is we turned it off for now, but we had the AC on, and normally when you're going in a car to turn the AC on, you can feel a difference in the engine. Not in this one at all. And as you're probably aware, we were lucky enough to get a ride in a Bentley a while ago, and that was an extraordinarily quiet car. But this is too. You can barely hear the engine. We're sitting here on Front Street, and I'm wondering if it's actually stopped. It is that quiet. It's remarkable, actually. Okay, this is a whole new experience. I am not going to look back. I have a feeling the gentleman in the back seat will be there. Okay. So when do I turn? This is really interesting. I did look back. I cheated. Let's go back. All right. So I can see both sides of me. I can see where I'm going. This is very, very nerve-wracking for me. Looked in the rear-view mirror. I look like I've got a huge wall behind me, which I can vaguely see on the camera. Of course, for all those watching who've already got this, you probably think I'm being a complete idiot, but this really is a new experience. Do I straighten up? No, not straightening up yet. I go onto the grass verge. Okay, I can see the cars I'm parking next to. Am I straightening up? No, if I straighten up, I go back on the grass verge. I really don't know where I'm going. This is very peculiar. Okay, right. Oh, I get it now. Okay. So if I straighten up that way. There, that'll do, because I'm getting nervous now. And where's the handbrake? It's here.